We're here with junior Lauren Battung as the Bears get set to face Boston College in the second round of the NCAA tournament tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. over on the Stanford campus. Before we get set to face Boston College tomorrow, take us through last week's match. Not only how gratifying was it to not only advance the NCAA tournament, but to beat a Santa Clara team that you had lost to earlier in the year?
You know, it's always expected of us to get into the tournament. So, I mean, that was awesome. It felt awesome, but we knew that facing Santa Clara was probably a more difficult match, first match than we've had to face since I've been here the past 2 years. And also we had lost to them by a significant margin in preseason, so we had a lot to fight for. And I think that we went into the game with exactly the right mentality that we need, no fear whatsoever. And, you know, we just took it to them. We played our game. We didn't even think about them. We focused on our game, and I think it honestly felt like a championship game. But, you know, we pulled it out. We had a lot of opportunities, perhaps a few too many that we missed, but we stayed mentally strong all the way through PKs, you know, finished our PKs, and Kat came up with a great save, and we came out with the win.
And you had one of those successful PKs. Take us, what goes on through your head as you get set to take a penalty kick?
The biggest thing for me with PKs, I love PKs because I like to have control over the game in that sense. I can't stand watching them, but I love taking them. The biggest thing is to not think too much and to not worry about failing, but also to not fear failing. So when I go up there, I always have a moment when I'm setting up when I zone myself in, completely forget about the keeper. It's just me and the ball and the goal. And when I'm taking PKs, basically, I wait a little bit. I'm a little bit more patient, I think, than other players when I take them, and I wait for the keeper to make the first move. And, you know, just go whatever way they don't go. But
And now you get set to face Boston College over at Stanford, and you played your first game at Santa Clara after playing your first 2 seasons in the NCAA tournament all the way out in Florida. How nice is it to play close to home where your fans can come out and your family can come out and see you in person?
it's awesome. I think it makes a huge difference because when you're traveling, last year we had to leave Tuesday morning in the early hours of the morning, and you know, traveling takes a big toll on your body, it takes a toll on you mentally, and you're not fully focused on it. Whereas when we're playing locally, we can practice at home, we can focus on the soccer, and then we just travel the day before to kind of get away from everything and just focus on the game the next day. And I think that's really been an advantage to us, especially last week. You know, just have time to be with your team and just think about how you're going to make a difference in the game.
Turning our attention to Boston College tomorrow, how have you prepared to face a team that hasn't given up a lot of goals this season?
Like I said, like every other game this year, we don't focus on the other team too much, except for the areas that we can attack, that we can take advantage of. So I think that's what we've been doing this week mostly, is we kind of identify certain parts of Boston College's games that we can kind of take advantage of and we can exploit, versus worrying about how to defend them. Because I believe, and I know our coach believes, and I know our team believes, that if we just play our game, then we can take on any team in the nation. So I think our preparation has been very appropriate, and I think we're ready to take them on.
Final question for you. How do you want to see that scoreboard look at the end of tomorrow's match?
You know, I don't care what the score is. I just want to win. I don't care if we win in PKs. Of course, we prefer to be in regulation, more than one goal up. So I'd like to see a 1 or 2-0. You know, the shutout's always an extra bonus on top. So I think we could totally do it.
Awesome. Go Bears.
Go Bears.